Hello, my lovelies. We are on subject 2 on T-Guy Army, and we are on things that we want to do or intentions of 2015. I'll try and make this as relevant to transition as possible, but I am over a year on T and post-op surgery, and for me it's kind of the end of my transition, so a lot of it is going to be related to things kind of that are just going on in my life right now. So first of all, I'd like to talk about my job. I work at a fast food restaurant and I really like to get into management there. I really like where I work, I love the people that I work with, and I'd really like to progress in my career. Eventually, I want to join the police, so I figure going into management where I am is going to be really handy when it comes to someday like directing a team in the police or even just showing that I have some sort of life experience. I was at university in Plymouth, which is like 2 hours away from where I am now, and I was studying criminology. I finished there because I didn't think that I could kind of handle transitioning while I was at university, especially like when I first started transitioning, which was 4 months into my university course. A lot of people were still calling me by my female pronouns, despite the fact at that point I had started binding all the time, I cut my hair short. For the people that really knew me, I was getting my male pronouns, but then when I went to class, people were calling me female pronouns, birth name, and I found it really hard. So eventually, 5 months later, when the year ended, it led me to dropping out. I'd love to go back, study the same thing, same lecturers, same university, and ultimately lead me to the same place that I was going to begin with, but as a man instead of a woman. Sorry about me smoking on the side. I've tried to make this video about 10 times tonight, but it just doesn't seem to be happening. Okay, so second non-trans related thing is I'd really like to get my driving license. In the UK, it's very hard to get your driving license. You have to do like a massive theory hazard perception test and then your actual driving test. And I did lessons for quite some time, but I didn't come close to getting to do my test. So I'd like to carry on with lessons and get my driving license. Especially in the UK, to become a police officer now, everyone has to have a full UK manual license, and to be able to do so, I'd have to have a lot more driving experience. Okay, so the trans-related things. I have a little bit of a dog ear from my surgery on the left-hand side, and I will show that at a later date, although it's very hard to see on camera, so I'd like to get a revision on that. I have an appointment with my surgeon in 6 months' time, because he said to me if I wasn't fully happy with the results I had, that he's happily ready to give me some revision surgeries. There's also in the middle, where I had my surgery, I have some like sort of bunched up skin. I've never seen it on any other guy's videos, but I'm sure it does happen. So maybe I don't know how I could possibly go about getting that sorted, but that's a thing I intend to do. So secondly is joining the gym. When my surgeon did my surgery, initially I wanted him to take away all the fat that was there, all the breast tissue, etc., all that crap. But I think he might have taken away a bit too much tissue. It doesn't kind of correlate with the rest of my body fat. It's a lot less than I have. I mean, I can see my ribs through it, which I can't see on any, the lower half of my torso. So I'd love to be able to like lose weight so it all matches and looks good, and then build up my chest muscles so I have pecs and not just this kind of dip going in, because I don't really like that dip. Although I'm still so proud of my chest results, and I thank the NHS so much for being able to give me this opportunity to get my chest surgery for free. I still want to have the perfect body, and although it's a lot to ask for and I have to work for it, I think I deserve it. I've gone through all this, and so what? I want perfection. Cisgender people get perfection. I deserve it too. So secondly, I'd like to go for I'm not sure, my gender recognition certificate, which in the United States is kind of like your gender marker. at the moment I'm going through the process of getting a new passport, but because I'm not with my gender identity clinic at the moment, I left them because I didn't like my therapist, didn't like my psychiatrist. They were cisgender people trying to dominate my lives, and they didn't really understand, although they're professionals, they didn't really understand what it's like to be trans, so I just wanted to leave. I didn't want people like that don't really understand the struggles to tell me how to live my life. So hopefully I'll be able to go through my doctor and get my gender recognition certificate, which will change my birth certificate and also my passport to male. Although I'm hoping that I can just get my doctor to write me a letter to say that obviously I have no intention of going back to being a female, so to let me have male on my passport, because some of the guys at work have invited me to go to Bulgaria because they're Bulgarians, and I'd love to go with them on holiday. It'd be so much fun. But at the moment, my female passport is holding me back. Another thing, I'd really like to make some trans friends. I have one friend that's trans, but she's post lower surgery, 3, 4 years even on hormones, and so she's way further than I am. I mean, I remember when I came out to her, it was so nerve-wracking. Like, it was more so coming out to her than all of my cisgender friends because I didn't know how she'd react. So I find it kind of hard to interact with trans people, but I'd love to build up a network of trans friends, which is why I'm so excited to like do this vlog. And even though most of the guys are from the US, just to make some trans friends that I can talk to and say, hey guys, like, what's this, what's that, you know? I might be a year on T, but there's so many things that I'm still like, hey, help me out, you know? And to make some trans friends, especially in the UK, aside from the guys that I just have on Facebook coincidentally through, you know, trans Facebook groups or, you know, vlogs and things, people that I haven't actually met, I'd love to actually go ahead and meet some of these guys because some of them I've been following for years on their vlogs and they've had a huge influence on me and coming out and all aspects of transition in my life. I'd love to be able to meet them and just really build up a network of friends that I can hang out with and really build myself, because as much as I love my friends, my cisgender friends, there's nothing really that you can compare to having people around you that have really shared the same experience and that you can really talk to and say, I am feeling dysphoric about this XYZ. And finally is to continue vlogging. I find it very hard to vlog, like, I find it very nerve-wracking. As you can tell, like, I'm pretty awkward. And I've tried to make this video about 15 times tonight. I tried to make it every night, but it just doesn't seem to happen. I even put a little Christmas bow in the corner of my phone because I figured if I talked to that, maybe it would be a little less intimidating, but it didn't work. So, yeah. Those are all my 2015 intentions. I can't wait to see the vlogs like throughout the year and at the end of the year and see what a difference like I've become and how different I am vlogging, whether I'm less awkward, more awkward, I don't know. But anyway, I love you all, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Keep in tune now, back on the 20th. Love you.